is easy as I wanted to add some other, because I don't even know some of these actually are active, you know. So I gotta look into that as well as find the other big heavy pack that I have already. Here it is. So this is the original one right here. I'm gonna put this one in, take this one out, then y'all like get an idea of the direction I'm going. You know, the game to start up or whatever. So this stuff that I usually do, and I've even done the same thing in Farm Sim. Um, this Farm Sim 22, I haven't got a chance to really do any editing in it yet. Sort of just now getting back into it. So um, I may not have to do anything, um, but I used to actually make uh, certain sounds come out of certain vehicles, create air brakes sounds coming out of certain trucks, like let's say the Chevy C60 or Chevy C70. I had like there may be about three different versions of that. I had a gas version, diesel version, and the diesel version had air brakes, and I forgot what the other one was, but I think I have it. I don't know if I have it. If I showcased it or not on YouTube, but excuse me. Um, sort of gotta sort of figure some things out. Sort of got going back in time trying to figure some things out. Probably because I mean I'm voice been kind of hoarse all day, and weather's been iffy. Wasn't sure if I was gonna stream today, but I went on ahead and did it anyway. I just went on ahead and just decided to just go live, you know. And that's what I may try to start doing more often, and just being more engaging. You know, don't mean that I'm actually gaming, but I could be just focusing around that. Just like I'm editing, um, and that's what I normally do. You normally adding sounds to trucks, stuff like that. I probably can let y'all hear the sounds of the 4900 SB that I had finally added sounds to. I had added the wrong sounds. Well, they wasn't added to wrong sounds, but I did add them in the wrong mod that I was actually showcasing. So I did correctly do it off stream, and I can actually let y'all hear those sounds moving forward. Uh, Also, I may have to adjust the screen, but it may not matter. I'm surprised it's actually showing it, but normally I try to show this in um, gameplay mode or whatever screen for that for gameplay, and it normally actually renders it. The resolution is a little bit shorter. It's a little bit more spread across the screen, but you know, it is what it is. So, but I wanted to at least stream just in case somebody wanted to say hello or whatever. You know, so I try not to be too long not streaming. You know, try to at least give it a couple of days. This is one of my days, and this is pretty much I'll probably be at first where I actually stream right after work. You know, normally I'm unwinding, and so this time I decided to stream unwinding and show you what I'm doing. You know, what I normally do in my spare time when I'm not streaming. So you get a chance to see a little bit more of me. You know, on a personal note. It's sort of quiet, only because everybody's, you know, out and about in the house. But then my wife, she's had to take her mom home, so she'll be back, I guess, momentarily. She might have stopped off. And just like I said, I just got in a couple hours ago, about an hour, not even really an hour ago. So let's see. I'm going to quick travel, and I'm gonna go on and go through all the sounds. It won't allow me to quick travel. So we'll at least showcase the first one. First edit that I did in this truck since I bought it. I mean, since I got the last update. This is the last update with the crane on it. He added the crane. I forgot what else he added, and it's through heavy duty customs. I think that's what it's called. Oh, I'm already in. Okay, I'm already in the dealership. Good, great. So fire it up. Well, I got to prepare. Now I had did something like this on YouTube before, where I actually would get the sound. Somebody, I did it with a record. That's about rigorous. Gotta fix the truck. A lot of damage. I forgot what engine this is because I think they have a heavy haul. They have a. I'll let you see them. But all the ones that have R, those are rigobuses. Sounds. Off-road spec. You got the heavy haul, which is 650 horses, 735 horses on that one. So technically, all these are his engines from the 400 to 735. Those are his engines. And he got some other engines in here. This is another Detroit, but it's a 8V92, 360 horses. as he is. This 365 AV92 TTA. Not sure what the, maybe twin turbo. I don't know. You got a TA one, which is 435 horses. All these engines work, so I'm gonna go in and run them so y'all can hear them all. Each one of them, so y'all know that I mean what I mean. You know, normally when I do this kind of edit, I'm very particular on how I do it. I don't have, you know, just do a sloppy job. This is one thing that I've sort of mastered a little bit. If the truck allowed me to change the sounds, you know, sometimes it takes a little bit, and you have to make sure you know, because my eyes aren't the same, and technically I need a prescription for it to be on the computer, but you know, it hasn't been in my budget to be able to do that because I've been too busy paying for teeth, you know, and already paying all this extra money to have teeth done, and trying to get some things, dental work finished, my dental work, but I did get my last cleaning, which I got another 6-month checkup down the line, but you know, enough of that. But let's see if we can find the other ones. I think they mainly all Detroits, but it's all the ones that actually have an R right by them. R, and also I think these right here, this Mac is another truck, is another engine from Rigobus. I've always been a fan of them, and I give all credit to Rigobus, you know, because they did a good job with these sounds. You know, it's about as real as you can get when it comes down to sounds. So I guess the next one I'll do is this 360 horse. And anytime you change, you know, modifications and stuff, they hit your pockets. You know, you can't just say, okay, well, you know, they hit your pockets. They don't play. You know, they'll put you in the negative real quick. This one probably will be 2-stroke, more silence. So this is that Viper. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. Okay, so the only Peterbilt that shows up is the one that has the, I forgot what you call this. I think this the Z, it's a Z component that actually goes underneath the truck. I forgot what it's called, but that's something the SES had figured out, which that still ain't bad, but the trucks that I actually have actually are the same trucks, but they don't have this. They have their own little hookup, which is, this ain't bad. This ain't bad at all. Which I'll probably mess around with it. Plus, they actually made we actually have another establishment here in Texas. See if I can find it. I came across it this morning, and it's called Truck Transporters or something like that. Might be quoting it wrong. Let's see. Maybe it's in Dallas. There it is. It's called the American Truck Haulers. So it's right next to the Peterbilt dealership. And if we look into this is another new feature that they gave us, which now I can actually look into the actual company. So these aren't all. These are mainly the trucks right here. I don't know why. Oh, well, this is because it was a mall. Well, that's why I got potatoes and all this stuff coming through. That's what I'm trying to fix, where it makes it more realistic. You know, um, when you just got all this stuff just coming out of anywhere, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Diesel can be imported. That's cool. Um, Ken, Kenworth trucks, Peterbilt trucks, the Western Star trucks, and then I have to even put a bug in their ear about more of the default trucks being made just like these. You know, but I don't know if they want to wait until they get to that state. Which, I mean, like I said, it's, you already tipping on it. You already doing what you're doing. It's cool. You know, and I would just say, just do whatever floats your boat. I mean, you know, and then like those other trucks, these trucks would be nice to come out of here too. For the simple fact, because you know you need a tow truck in order to stack the trucks, or you need a hoist to hoist them up. You know, more likely an electric hoist, and that's how you get the trucks up in the air. I mean, get them on the fifth wheel. Fragile, higher value, all the above. gonna go to another engine. But normally when you go to one engine, one engine within that class, they all pretty much the same. And the horsepower may change. The truck may change based on. Oh, I gotta go back over So we already heard the 892, the 8V92. I don't think there's a big difference between TTA compared to the, I don't know, maybe more turbo. I don't know. We can try it, see how. Now if I didn't have millions of dollars, I wouldn't be able to do this. And that's mainly the reason why I have all that money. Because I know I'm going to enjoy it of it, testing out stuff. So we say that these are pretty much the same. Now the 60 series is different from the AV. So we try how those sound. Now another sound I'm trying to get together is the Linux sound, which is the backup sound, just like the backup alarm that you hear now. That you just heard not too long. Just a minute ago. Okay. I know I had to pick it up already. And Glock. Just in Glock. Truck service. Air brake sound is technically, this air brake sound is technically mod 2. Series. But it is a difference. It's just a difference. Detroit, so that's mainly the reason why I like to put the Detroit motor in there. Even though the Detroit motors that's in it is nice, but it just makes sense to have a different motor. So you already heard those. Those are pretty much the same. I can run the Mac 8 and the Mac 7, or technically Mac 7. But y'all hear that, because that is part of that pack. Because I want to try all of them to make sure that, and normally this is what I do. I normally check them all, see if they all making the sound. And normally it just say it up there within the script up there, saying that if there's an error, it'll let you know. that's the thing about the F mod. The F mod is epic. I mean, for them to come out with that, I thought it was something because I was so used to the old sounds, and the old sounds sounded good. I mean, they were out of actual real trucks, but they were on the OGG. They was OGG files, which is different. Now you're dealing with bank files. You're dealing with echoes. You're dealing with high and low. You know, the further you go away from the truck, the less you hear the sound, stuff like that. Now, the F mod, I still haven't really mastered it. I never really got into it. I mean, I tried to get into it. I wanted to create my own sound off of a so-called bass file, which you're supposed to be able to create a bass file to, I mean, I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. These guys are figuring this stuff out quick faster than I can. So, you know, so it's just only easier for me to just get there and just. I mean, if I don't have to, I don't touch it. All right, we'll run this Cummins at the Cummins. Oh, these are actual regular business engines too. I forgot about these. The NTC. So we'll run the 315 just to see here how I sound. So y'all will know that I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I hate to repeat myself, but sometimes be in denial of what you can do. And that's one thing I did. Accelerator, you notice that it, you know, it releases the pressure from the compressor. So, I mean, that's you can't get no realer than it. You just can't get no realer than it. So, F mod has been around for a long time. F mod, it was already doing a lot of your regular console games, and they came to, as far as I know, I think they came to SCS and said, well, we can actually enhance your game by creating more, you know. So everybody that has been using their software has been creating their own sound. So technically every sound that was already made from a real truck, they just implemented into the F mod, and it's much better, you know. Let's see what else I can run. I may run this one. X12. I want to run this 36A, so y'all can tell see that there's a difference between the cat compared to the Cummins, and it should be a difference. It's always a difference. Same as I got to back up. Western Stars to be too loud, but you know they should have, you know. And this is an older version. I think this is like a, because they done changed this truck so many times now. I think this is like a 2017, 2019, or something like that. All right, let's run the X12 anyway. See if there's a difference. And sometimes there is a difference, and then sometimes it's just, you know, some of them could almost sound alike. Actually updated to 388. Let's see if I can find it in here. I was surprised they actually did it, because technically it should have been discontinued, but yeah, some people like certain things. This is the Viper 2. Somebody had updated it. Like I said, they love these trucks. This is forgot who this is from. Can't remember, but that's a nice truck too. So, but this is the 388. Whenever it show up, and yeah, we gotta wait on it. A lot of times that's what you gotta do. You expect the game to move faster. You know, I'm patient, very patient on how allow the game to do what it do. Because even with the modding, you have to be patient. And when certain things are going on, you can't move anything. So that's the 388. Record actually replaced this one. So how I got that one is I purchased it. And so see how I got like 3 different configurations. This is the one with the external, with the little attachment, but you have to have the lights in the back. So, you know, this one I ran before, but this 388 is nice. I've always been a fan of the 388 ever since Blade had put it together. But he just, for some reason, I guess they just didn't want to run it anymore. So somebody had took it initiative and say, okay, well, we're going to keep the 388. Even if you stop making it, we're going to edit it. And just like I said, the modders are nice. They know their stuff. You know, some of them, they pattern after each other, or they learn how to do certain things. And this is the only truck, not the only truck, but this is the one that was implemented for this to be animated. So who you think actually had this animated? Because technically it wasn't animated. I actually reached out to one of the supports for Blade. Hold on a minute. No, my phone was ringing. And they went on ahead and made this automated. So when you connect to the truck, we talking about buy this truck. Probably go with the tune motor 580, because I do have some heavy haul stuff in here, and some and I usually do truck. Pull heavier stuff. You know, I don't think I've did it on Twitch, but I will do it on Twitch tonight. Why not? And Blade, they do. I mean, he did an excellent job. And his team, they did an excellent job. Uh, and I guess somebody really, really, really loved his truck. I love it too. I hated that he stopped making it, but he stopped uh, updating it. But because you can get it in this version as well as the 6x4, the six. Let me see. You can get the day cab. Wait a minute. You can get 6x4. You can get the twin steer, or you can get you know. So normally, if I run it with the twin steer. That's why you see the axles up, and you see all the lights actually work because they made sure all the lights work and everything. That first this light didn't work. Oh, well, it did work, but I think on the other truck, still, I don't know if he lost connections with the guy, and sometimes they do that. It's just you try to keep the peace, and it just it's just the way it is. So I was planning on driving this anyway, for the simple fact because I haven't drove it for a while. You know, always been a fan of it. You got the lights. You can put the lights here, lights there, which is the code 3. So but through the purchase of this truck, got me into other trucks. So I also have the 389 from Blade too. He was giving it away. I guess there was some misunderstanding he had to get straightened out. So as a bonus, I got advantage. Decided to pick. He had. I think at one time he was trying to allow the community to pick out certain trucks they wanted, and I knew I didn't have the 389 CX11, which is the um, the auto hauler. I didn't have that. I had a copy of it, but it wasn't an updated version of it. It wasn't the. It was a more up to date one. The other one was like a copy, like an older version of it. So I knew that he actually stepped his game up, and it didn't make sense for me not to take advantage of that. So I did reach out to him to ask him about um, the bus, but he can do it. It's just my money. I mean, to spend a lot of money on a lot of this stuff is just it can be sort of crazy. And I try to support as much as I can, but I can't break the bank like that. I got other things that need to be taken care of. If I spend that type of money on a model and I need to eat, I need to be able to take care of my family, that's going to be an issue. Point. So, so there we go. And now, since we have a Dottville cruise control, I definitely can drive this. I want a copy. I wanted to have a copy of this one anyway because I have some loads in here that are nice. I had to actually put a bug in his ear to create more loads. A lot of people, at first when they was getting the mod, they wasn't getting the loads too. They weren't getting enough loads. So I was like, okay, well, time for me to, reach out and see if we can try to get some other stuff going. And it worked out, you know. And the, at the end of the day, you have to be able to reach out to the people and get the people involved. Because they're the ones that they're the consumers. They're the ones that actually are promoting your whatever you're trying to create. You things cost, and I know that myself because I'm running a computer, I'm doing all this, I'm doing all that, and it costs me. I haven't even got my full investment yet. As long as I've been streaming, still haven't got my full investment yet. Why? But that's just the way it is. It's the nature of the beast. I don't know if it's the platform. I don't know. There's always something not going right, and that's just the way it is. It's the way it is. I'm going to save this because more likely I've showed enough of this. I'm really in the mood to start pulling some stuff now. This truck I'm gonna put on the side. All I already seen what I had did already with the sounds, and now I'm going to switch over to the wrecker, which I haven't been in this wrecker in my God, months. It's been almost a year. I think close to a year that I haven't been in this thing, and I think it's fair to start doing some towing. Um, why not? Now we have all these little tidbits that we got an opportunity to take hold to because the game's been updating. You know, now they're talking about another new game engine. Oh boy, I don't know. I'm game for it, but I don't know if my system can take it. I don't have $3,000 to give away. I don't have 1,500 to give away. I just don't. If I'm going to give that kind of money away, I'm losing out on the tail end for my transportation. My transportation is more important than spending $1,500 on a PC, and I can't guarantee to get my investment back. And that's the thing. I have to look at my investment. I have to be able to. If I put another vehicle on the road, that's to secure my my transportation. Put it into a game. Into a computer, and I still got the same follower base. I don't know. I'm gonna be in the negative. Bills still go on. I'm still paying. This thing isn't ran for free. Just being honest. It's not being ran for free. I don't know why my let's see. I got it on there and let her warm up. That's how I see stack trucks whenever. The ones that I'm looking for, because they don't have the attachment for the fifth wheel. Okay, like we're gonna be grabbing this bus right here. If I don't see nothing else to grab. And then the thing about it is, this game is like it picks out what it wants. It's like, why would you be picking a bus up at Walmart and dropping it off in Walmart? I don't know, you know. And I'm sure that they try to make it realistic and try to make sure it's going where it's supposed to, but I don't know. All right, we'll go that stretch right there.
The time has arrived, President Wazer. The world awaits your commands. Turn left. In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right. Turn right.
With everything you have on your plate, earning your degree online seems impossible. But at Grand Canyon University, we specialize in helping you fit a master's degree in business into your busy day. Your graduation team, led by your own GCU counselor, provides you with the personal support you need to succeed. Achieve your goals with a plan and team behind you. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
Keep left, and then exit left. Exit left. Keep left. Keep left. Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right. Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left. Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Continue straight. You've arrived. It's been my honor and duty to see you through this mission.
See if this load is still here. Yep. Here we go. 40,000 pounds.
The American people are counting on you to drive. Let's go. Get going. The leaders of many foreign nations await your arrival.
N0N. Please identify.
Continue straight. In 400 meters, turn left. Turn left.
I don't think I can make this work path without a PL2.
Yeah, you just need a 441 250 direct down here to Red Oak. That's all you need. Insert HV. So, yeah, you can still put a PL tone on it. That doesn't matter. Go ahead and put a PL tone on. Pick one, and because it isn't going to affect anything here.
No, I can't. My carrier and tone detect. I just don't do it any other way. You'll get a carrier loose, you'll get noise. I can't do 0 to 5 planes anyway. It wouldn't be able to copy you.
Yeah,
Keep
let
right.
me think about this
And then exit right. Exit right.
your receive site should transmit 441-250 down to Red Oak. I gotta think about this here.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever really explained to you how I did it, but is there a reason you don't use a PL tone?
Just never had a need for it, but I mean, you can still transmit it. Well, no, you're wanting to know if, yeah, you have to have a PL tone from me coming to you. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, when I program the radios, I have to have a carrier, which
Keep
is
right.
naturally,
And then turn right.
and then a PL tone to go with it. I have to let it grab my own train. I can't use anything with carrier.
So, how are you coming into Red Oak right now?
I plugged the controller to the link radio and plugged in a mic. I'm on the link radio.
So, your input frequency needs to have a link radio at 441-250 transmitting down here. And then, so if somebody comes in on 855, they have to transmit down here. And then, when we transmit back up to you, you'd have to have a link radio at 255 at your other site to key up that transmitter on 255. Spectra 4060s, DB 4060s down there, and they're totally unstable.
Yeah, see, it's all in those tuning. You got tuning notch tabs, right? The little screws.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, they gotta be in a controlled environment. That's why they went to, remember I bought those Wacom? And that's why they went to Wacom to use rock-type rods to use the notch. And they seem to work better, but I give up on the mechanical notches. I forget how many picofarads they are, but they're way too sensitive.
Yeah, no, the Wacoms with the Rexolite rods, they've been totally stable. That DB Spectra product, unstable as anything. And that's why I've had so many problems with this repeater down in Cobra, because of that. But that's why I've been down there working on that building, is to get it closed off so it's more controlled. So, I don't know, do you think you can send me a write-up of how you've got your repeater configured? Because I think it'd be easier for me to figure out how to link this together if I knew what you were doing.
Well, it's really pretty simple, right? I've got the 147.855 over at my farm over by the wind turbines. And then I retransmit the receiver on UHF back to my house here. It's all on my workbench here. Hook into the UHF receiver here, this receiver them up on the water tower, right?
Well, yeah, I think that's true with anything. Yeah, you get some elevation on it. But I've had pretty good luck with these Wacom's. It's the DB Spectras I've had problems with.
Well, I still got the Wacom's on the Atlantic repeater here, and I've never touched them. And don't plan on unless that. But there's insertion loss, anything over 30 watts, like to get into the receiver. I'm not smart enough to keep the duplexer running right.
What do you have for a controller at 255?
I got the 250 here I'm looking at. Right on the desk. They screwed it to the top of a CD carrying case. Fits perfectly.
How many link ports do you have at 255?
I think you can get 2 on there. If I remember right. Depending on what you ordered for to add on to it. Is CAD in business anymore? Computer automation.
You know, I don't know. But if you had 2 ports on that 255, all you'd have to do is just take a transceiver and set it up to run, because you're going to have a UHF link frequency over to 855, which is your receive side. But you just need a simplex transceiver set up at 255 on that second port if you've got it. And it wouldn't matter whether you had a PL tone or not.
If I could show you what I got up here, you can't put I can't put anything on carrier smoke. I got 6 antennas on one tower and 6 or 7 on the other. Between commercial and all my amateur stuff. Cannot do carrier on anything.
That much noise up there?
Everything's too close together.
Wow, okay. But let me ask you this, is that what you have now? I mean, do you have 2 ports, one to pick up the receive site and then an auxiliary site for the link down to Red Oak? Is that what you have now?
I don't know, Pat, if they classified the original port that runs the repeater as one of those 2. That's just part of the unit that goes into common input. The 2 are the extra ones.
sweet. Well, I know I have 2 link ports on Red Oak. And, I mean, I pretty much can set those up however I want, as far as PL tones and all that. So, I guess what I'll have to do is I'll have to have Adam come down and plug a PL tone in on that link radio.
5-minute project to get your computer charged up.
Yeah, I don't have any of those programs, so it's either that or if you want to come down or, you know, plug into it and program it. I'm not running PL tones, but I can do it. It's no big deal.
See, you know, I got kind of hooked on that. Only thing I can say about PL tones is there is a decoding time lapse. I always figure 1 second from the time it hears the tone to opening up the squelch, but if you get a radio that's off frequency, it'll extend that. It actually gets longer. It takes longer for it to recognize the tone. No, there's no hurry on that. If you guys ever happen to have the computer down there and let's see. I don't know what it is for your area. Is it 146.2?
No, we're 136.5.
I guess that's kind of they tried to organize it. I was always stuck in 151.4 from 50 years ago. Well, I should say 40 years ago when Larry Vandewater, that was the only tone reads we had back then.
Yeah, no, I know. We can put a DPL tone on it if you want.
Please identify.
No matter to me, it'll do either one. That's all I use in our farming is DPL, and all the customers, there ain't a single one of them's got PL anymore.
Yeah. Well, let me see if I can get Adam on board here to do some programming, and I think we should dump a DPL tone into it and go that way.
Let me try something here. There, I just shut the link radio off. All it was doing is transmitting. But, I don't think that. I'm trying to think how you do that. That you don't hear your ID or. Does it come through on the link side?
Say again.
Your identifier, does it come through on the link side?
Negative.
That's good.
Yeah, no, it's just simplex back and forth, and that's it. No ID or any of that.
I think I can go into my cat book and make it transmit on the link side. It would feed through to either side, but I don't do that. Believe it or not, Elkhorn, it drops the PL tone every time the idea comes up, so I don't hear anything but the repeater transmitter when somebody comes in.
Well, I think we need to be linked up. We definitely can put some traffic on your repeater because we have that net on Sunday night, so I'm interested in it.
I'm always up for experimentation. 0DYP.
I'll see if I can get Adam down here, or if you want to come down, that's fine. I've got a boatload of moto radios that can be used for what have you. So, you know, if you want to come down here and meet up to do all that stuff, we can do that too.
Which Motorola's did you acquire?
Oh, you name it. I've got turbo radios, I've got standard analog radios, just a boatload of stuff.
Basically, the only Motorola's I can do are dash mount. I've never messed with the trunk mounts or these other trunk or dash mounts have been so handy. I got 20 some are going to go out by spring on the shelf right now.
Yeah, well, let me know what you want to do. I like I said, I've got a boatload of radios. You know, it's funny because 20, 30 years ago, I had to pay for all this stuff, and I've had people give this stuff to me, and now I don't even know what to do with it. Matter of fact, I've even got some old Uniden stuff, which reminds me of my days at Griswold.
M0NHV repeater alpha.
Bringing back memories, ain't it? Just be like me. If it ain't Motorola, for one thing, it goes in the dumpster. And see what you want to do with the rest. I don't need any trunk mount stuff.
Yeah, these are all standard mobile radios. You know, dash mount, whatever you call it. Single piece units.
Standard Motorola or standard?
Well, just your usual radio that you mount.
Can asking a simple question save a life? Are you thinking about suicide? Seems like a straightforward question, but would you ask it? Asking this question can do more than you think. It shows support. It shows concern. It shows love. It can make all the difference. If you or someone you know is in crisis or thinking about suicide, call the Lake County Crisis Hotline at 440-953-8255 or text 4HOPE to 741-741 to speak to a trained professional.
Them 120. There's M120s. They're the bigger radio. There's a CM naturally 200, CM 300, GM 300. That's all I use is those 6 radios.
Yeah, I've got, what do I have? CM 200s, CM 300s, CM 200D, CM 300D, M1225s, handhelds, you name it, boatloads of it.
You got any of the M1225 mobiles?
Yes.
It was the best radio Motorola ever made.
Yeah. Narrow band compliant.
I sold 150 of them this last year in 23.
Yeah. Actually, I've got the UHF version of those that I'd like to get programmed so I can do the, it's a UHF version. Really would like to get it programmed so I can run on the analog conventional repeater for down there at the prison.
You can get the CD off of eBay. They actually sell them. I think the copyright is all out the window. You can get programming for that radio for less than $50. Cable and software.
I'd rather have someone like you just come down and program it.
I don't know if the transit bus will take me down there.
Well, there's free radios for you if you want them. UHF, VHF, handhelds and mobiles. Come get whatever you want.
It would be good to bring a bus, wouldn't it?
Whatever you want, Bob. Come and get it.
My wife says, what are you doing with all this?
Yeah, no, I know. Like I said, 20, 30 years ago, I couldn't beg, buy, or steal any of that stuff, and now I've got so much of it that the wife is wishing I didn't have it.
Please identify.
Just gotta get to the opposite. I think you're down in the basement, right? Is that your man cave?
No, the man cave is actually down at Coburg. That's what I've been working on.
Okay. That is getting farther away. No, I got the 2-door garage here where I did installs. And then My ham shack is, the hell is it? I don't think it's, I think it's 15 by 10. I mean, it is a shack. I can go in there and work too at one of the benches, so we pretty much hide from each other. Her office is clear to the south, and naturally the living room attaches to that, so about 3 hours every night we don't even check on each other.
Copy that. Well, it sounds like my supper is ready to go here, so probably better eat that. Let me know what you want to do with the link. We'd really like to have you tied in here so that we can get some more activity for us and for you. And if that requires programming, you know, we'll get it done.
Have you got any other CM2? You said it was a 200 or 300? Either one I've got. We just exchange. I'd put the tone in for you.
Yeah, I've got all that stuff. Like I said, I've got boxes of radios. So, I mean, you can have them.
Okay, what I'm saying is if I came down there, did you have to change any? I'd probably just bring the computer, just program it for you while it was there. Otherwise, I could program one of mine here and then just bring it down. Did you guys have to adjust any audio levels, or naturally it's got to have? I'd keep an extra for your link side.
I shouldn't have to adjust any of the audio levels. I'm kind of using the default settings right now on the repeater. So I do have one, because I've got 2 link radios on Red Oak, and I'm not using one of them right now. That would be a pain for me to have to adjust that. You shouldn't have to adjust anything. And as far as, you know, swapping radios and all that, don't worry about that. I got, like I said, I got boxes of these radios you can have.
Okay, well, we'll discuss it again. I could go in, I think, and program this radio so that it would work on just carrier. First thing what's gonna happen is I'm gonna be getting into it with the radios here at the house.
N0NHB repeater alpha.
N0NHB. Yeah, just let me know what you want to do, how you want to do it, and don't worry about horse trading or any of that stuff. Like I said, I've got boxes of mobile and handheld radios you can have.
Something to play with for linking. 73 N0DYB.
Yeah, keep me updated. We'd really like to have you linked in here. So, we'll see ya. Inter HB clear.
Hey, I think it worked. Well, I have to just hang the mic up. Insert DYB.
Yeah, it's working. Inter HB.
You want me to turn up the audio level?
Actually, that's pretty good right there.
I never looked at it, but I'm sure it's putting out 40 watts.
No, it's good right there.
You're positive you're not putting out a PL tone?
100%.
Okay. I'm going to give it a try here. I'll tap you on the scan. Clear DYB clear.
Sounds good. Inter HB.
There are those who would like to see you fail in your journey. That's not going to happen on my watch. Let's go.
first we didn't have much computers, so now we do. I don't see what I'm talking about. See each one of them moving independently. That's what it's supposed to be. First we didn't have that support. We got it. But at least multiple, that's like triple would be 3. So 4 is like quadruple support. That's how each one of them. That is long. That is definitely long. But I like it. I love it. This is a true charm. Get these fish and then back here. If I went the other way, it's killed. Real close. And that's technically, that would be perfectly. Oh yeah, plenty of them. Game, the developers have their own, but this guy put these ways together. That's what I'm talking about. I just wish he would have made them independent instead of putting them with the pack. And then you could add to the pack.
Turn right.
That would have been better.
N0NHB repeater alpha.
I know this got to be over. I think the last time I didn't even bother to get, I had to get a measurement. This thing is long.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left. Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.